If you're someone that's on a bit of a mad personal development journey and you're looking for 1,000,001 ways to be better, but at the same time you're getting exhausted and overwhelmed with all the different noises out there, just like I was a few years ago, then this video is for you. But before I get into that, my name's Kristian and I'm the founder of Ready for Anything. Over the last 8 years of being a coach, I have impacted more than 1,000 lives, which is crazy to even say out loud. And over the last 3 years of running Ready for Anything, I have helped high performers become higher performing in every single aspect of their life across career, performance and lifestyle. So make sure that you've subscribed to the channel before we get into this. So for the last 213 days, I have woken up and done the exact same routine every single morning. I've done it from the 1st of January 2025 to the 1st of August 2025 at the day of recording this video. And I've traveled between 8 or 9 different countries. I cannot remember if that 8 or 9 countries is going into 2024 or 2025. Anyway, you get the point. I've been on the move. I'm running an incredible business, managing an incredible bunch of clients, training at a high level myself, spinning a lot of plates. And to give you a bit of an insight, my life is a bit of a tightrope, and I have been that guy that's been so obsessed with personal development for years that has gotten to the point with morning routines where I've actually been doing a morning routine that's actually taken away because I'm so overwhelmed by the amount of stuff I'm doing. So I've been the guy that's been absolutely lost and looking around at everyone else of what I should be doing and what I shouldn't be doing and what's going to make me better, completely overlooking the reason as to why I'm doing the morning routine. And I've also been the guy that's felt at a loss at times and has actually really figured out that he needs to have it in place to keep me grounded. So there's a lot of stuff online now about what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing. There's a lot of influencers pushing out morning routines. There's that guy smashing his face into the ice, I don't even know his name, that's got millions and millions of followers, that's blowing up and got everyone taking the piss out of morning routines. And then you've got obviously your hardcore people that you don't need to do that, you just need to wake up and work. I'm somewhere in the middle. For me, the reason why I do morning routines, so it's really important to start off with the why, because a lot of people are just doing things because they think they should rather than they actually want to. For me, it's to keep myself grounded. Like, we're all wired differently, and there's a lot of people throwing things about now about they're on the spectrum and they've got ADHD and they've got this and they've got that. We're all on a spectrum. One of the things that's led to a lot of success in my life is I've got a high functioning brain. And I was actually on a meeting today with one of my head coaches, Carly, and when I told her this, she laughed and said, "You definitely are." And it's been a big part of the success in my life, but it's also something that I need to really manage and regulate. Like, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, something I've struggled with for years was learning to, quotation, switch off. What I came to terms with is that I don't want to switch off. This is who I am, this is what I do. I just have to manage my boundaries and manage my energy. And for me, a morning routine is the absolute staple behind that, and an evening routine to complement that as well. But ultimately, guys, what is a morning routine? It's setting a standard for yourself and protecting your energy so that you're actually aligning yourself. Because if I do not do this, I'm not saying if I don't do it for one day, it's going to be the difference between me being successful and not being successful. But if we repeat it over 365 days, the version of me who does the same thing every single morning is going to flick the switch and align his mindset and put himself in a really good trajectory. Whereas the version of me who does not do that is going to let things get on top of him, is going to allow crappy habits to get in place, and is going to essentially allow things to drift in that essentially don't need to be happening. So I want to break down the 5 things that I've been focusing on every single day that keep me aligned and keep me focused and are very manageable as well. And this is the big thing that I realized is there has to be a minimal effective dosage. I've obviously mentioned there that I do these same things every single morning. There are times, even since I've been back home in Scotland over the last few days, I've introduced a bit of reading in the morning because I feel like it's a good time for me to do that, and I'm really enjoying the book that I'm reading right now. However, in the past, when I've tried to stack too many habits from the get-go, it's left me feeling overwhelmed, it's left me feeling behind, and it's actually had the complete opposite effect of actually what I've wanted from doing that morning routine in the first place. So what I actually do first thing in the day, so I wake up first thing in the day and I make my bed. That's the first thing that I do. Ailey wakes up typically before me, and then literally I get up right after. She goes for a shower first, and I wake up and I make the bed. The next thing I do after that is I do something hard. I used to get cold showers, but what happened is when I was going to a lot of different hot climates, I know, poor me, there was no cold showers. When I was in the likes of Southeast Asia, they didn't have them, especially in third world countries, because it's just not set up like that. So it's a lukewarm shower. And I always like doing something hard. Then I started doing a bit of burpees, and I was waking up and I was having a sore back. Sometimes in the morning I was like, I don't want to do something that's plyometric. So I literally do 30 push-ups as soon as I'm out of bed. I get up and I do 30 push-ups. I do something hard, I do something I don't want to do. And there's always an element of me that's there, like, I don't want to do these right now. Maybe I'll push them back later. I can do them when I'm at the gym. And I'm like, no, do them now. So it's the point of discipline. It's doing something that you don't want to do. So I wake up and I make my bed. Makes me feel tidy, makes the space feel tidy. The next one is I tick that box of doing something hard. That's the next thing that I do. I then have my shower, go to the toilet, brush my teeth, head downstairs, have my supplement stack, I have my electrolytes, I have my creatine, and then I have my coffee. And that's how I start things off. Then I'm gonna get a seat somewhere, depending on where I'm sitting. I'm currently sitting over here, and I basically do my journal. And my journal is there's a minimal effective dosage for that. I write down 3 things I'm grateful for. I look over my plan for the day, and at certain points of the week, I basically go over it. So on a Wednesday, I reflect, I go over what I'm proud of. On a Friday, I go over what's went really well in the week and what hasn't went well. On a Sunday, I plan for the week. But every single morning, I write down 3 things I've been grateful for. That's the minimal effective dosage. And I write down a little bit of a journal entry about how I'm feeling. You need to look at these things that I've done. So I have optimized this morning routine to essentially tick every single box. Optimizing the environment and doing something productive, making the bed. The next one is obviously doing something disciplined that I don't want to do, doing the push-ups. The one after that is taking care of my nutrition and my health. So that's obviously hydration, supplementation. And then the next one after that is doing something that aligns my mindset for the day. And then doing something productive like reading my book right afterwards as well. These are the things that I do every single morning. And it doesn't take me long, guys, because I found in the past when I had too many things in place, it was leaving me feeling overwhelmed to the point that, as I mentioned already, it wasn't actually effective or productive. It was actually taken away from what I was actually trying to achieve. And a lot of people just do not get this. So I read a book a couple of years ago, and it's called The Compound Effect, and it's always stuck with me. You want to create this in a way that aligns you. For me, I have so many different moving parts going on in my life. Like, this is not a phone, it's a computer. And I have a team of 7 people. I've got a team of obviously 3 coaches, including myself. And then I've got 4 other people in the background as well. So I've actually got 5 other people in the background, sorry. Editors, sales, I've also got emails. Like, I've got a load of people doing a load of things. And if I'm just waking up, diving straight into my phone first thing in the day, that's another one of my boundaries. I don't touch my phone until I've sorted all myself out. I can be in a bit of a frenzy from the get-go. And this happens all the time, guys. Like, the way that I describe life is that it's like an air hockey table, right? Remember those tables where you like ping it back and forward with your friend, someone that you're playing with, and the puck bounces up and down on the air? Life is just like an air hockey table. It's very, very easy for one thing to just drift away without realizing it. But this morning routine that I've actually optimized for is low in time, frictionless. It's obviously not low in effort because it requires you to do something that you don't want to do every single day. And at the same time, it also grounds you and allows you to actually focus on all the areas you need to focus on. And going back to that point that I mentioned there about the compound effect, imagine I only done this once per week. Think about the things I would miss. Think about the things that I wouldn't do. Every single morning, that journal, it might not seem like a lot, spending 10 to 15 minutes, 20 minutes, depending on how long I do it, collecting my thoughts, looking at my plan for the day. But the version of me that is not doing that versus the version of me that is doing that is going to have an unfair advantage over them. It's as simple as that. And it's not to say that you have to do exactly as I do, but you have to create a morning routine that is going to complement your life. We're only living the same week over and over. We're only living the same day over and over. It's the same time. The sun rises, the sun sets, and so many people are not aware of that. And you need to be engineering your day in a way that sorts you out. It doesn't have to be a journal. It doesn't have to be reading, but it has to be something that essentially gives you momentum, gives you clarity, and sets you on a trajectory that's going to give you an unfair advantage. You're still going to wake up and feel low some days. I'll be honest, like recently I've been waking up feeling low more days than I've been feeling high, and I've been doing a lot of work to really align myself and put myself into a better spot, but you're just going to go through points like this. And then going to the second point, this is one of the most important things that we drill home to clients inside of the program as well. You need to be stacking wins from as soon as you get up. So many folk are backloading their day and not front loading their day. Making change and like achieving a lot of success in your life and seeing great change with your health, your fitness, your career, crushing it in your relationship. It's hard. Like, it's a hard thing to do. And as I said, like, you wake up and you're several different versions of yourself over the day. But the bit that so many folk get wrong is they try and do it in their own terms. They try and do it like it's a hobby. They try and do it when it suits them. If you engineer a day and a morning routine that stacks momentum from the get-go, regardless of how you feel, that's so minimalistic, that's so frictionless, it makes you untouchable. It makes you get to the point where it's like you wake up, you're feeling like a little bit of a Debbie Downer, the weather's crap outside, you're not feeling that good, you've had an argument with your partner, but you still do the same thing, right? You still do that same thing, and you have a little smirk in your face because you're like, I got ahead of the curve. I done that thing that I did not want to do. And that's the point of doing this stuff. It's to not only set you up, align you, but it's to build a relentless stack of evidence that you can continually look at and being like, I stacked wins today. And here's the thing as well, guys, right? When you have the minimal effective dosage in place, it means that you can essentially have a maximum effective dosage in place. I often wake up sometimes, not all the time, because I do it every single day, and I do 30 push-ups every morning, and some days I'm like, Taylor, I'm going to do 100, and I'm going to do 100 air squats as well, and I do it. So there is going to be times where you're going to have that minimal effective dosage in place and you're not going to want to do it, but there's also going to be times where you want to do more than what you're doing, and this is going to empower you, and it's going to come up at the most random times. Let's say, for example, you're away for a long weekend, you're going to your friend's wedding, and you wake up in the morning and you're literally like, do you know what, I'm going to ramp this up, I've got a bit more time than usual, I'm going to read a bit more, I'm going to go a walk, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to get my training in as well. It makes you just appreciate it. And one thing that I have really learned about traveling and giving up all my belongings, like I literally live out of a suitcase. Like that, my entire life is in a suitcase. It's funny, like the technology that I have, this camera, my microphone, my laptop, my iPad, my pen, my phone, all these little things, I run my entire life business ready for anything from them. It's crazy when you actually think about it, but my entire belongings, the things that matter most to me, are in a bag, right? And what that's actually taught me is that like you don't actually need a lot to be happy. It's everything that you do. It's everything that, it's how you behave. It's how you act. It's how you project yourself into the world. And for me, like I have just actually learned the power of routines and behaviors so much more than I ever have. Like this isn't the first time I've ever had a morning routine. I've had a morning routine for years, but I'll be honest, it goes through phases where it's a bit intermittent. It's a bit more specific to what I'm doing, and that's fine. And this will change again in the future. But one thing I've really made a commitment to do this year is every single day for 2025, I'm going to wake up and do the same thing every single day. And what that teaches you is so much. It teaches you discipline. It teaches you delayed gratification. It teaches you alignment. It teaches you a deeper understanding of the compound effect. And then you start actually applying that into so many other parts of your life when it comes to learning new skills. Maybe you're getting into running for the first time. Maybe you're sticking to your diet harder than ever you have. Maybe you're going for a big transformation push where you're taking your body to a place you've never taken it to before. If you do this in the daily to like tasks that you don't actually see a lot of value in, wait till you do it with the tasks that you see a lot of value in, because it teaches you that everything that you do in life is important. So guys, I hope you took a lot away from this. As I said already at the beginning, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel, and please leave any questions or comments in the comments below. Anyway guys, see you later and goodbye.